So good morning, happy Friday, welcome to Friday Flow. I'm gonna go ahead and mute everybody and then we can all chat afterwards if you'd like. Hope everyone's doing okay this morning. Rainy morning. Perfect day to get a nice stretch and yoga workout. So let's go ahead and start around the center of our mat. So again, if you're using a mat or a carpet, or really whatever your floor is, I'd recommend barefoot, just so that you don't slip using your socks. Remember that there's modifications for class that I will give, and it's just a time to stretch, do some work. So it doesn't matter, how you look doing this, we're just all here together to get a nice workout in. So thank you so much for taking your morning and spending it with me and the rest of us. So let's go ahead and start in a mountain pose, and feel free to close your eyes here. So a couple new faces and names. So welcome, my name is Ellen. We'll be doing a yoga inspired and stretch workout this morning. So go ahead and just close your eyes. And just start to really ground your feet, get them centered into the floor, spreading your toes, getting your feet nice and flat. Checking in with your body, noticing how you're feeling on this Friday morning. And while we're here, we're going to place our right hand on our chest, left hand on our belly. You're going to breathe in deeply and exhale out slowly. Just listening to your breath, checking in with yourself, your mind, your body, your spirit, whatever that is for you this morning. Maybe feeling those tight muscles after a couple of workouts from this past week. Maybe you're feeling a little stress or anxiety from the work week. You can just let it all out here. No judgment here. Breathe in deep and exhale out slowly. So let's take a couple more deep breaths while we're here standing. Trying to fill up the lungs completely. And just exhale out any stale air, any negative energy, anything that you don't want to be feeling right now. Breathing in fresh air, positive energy, and letting go of anything else that doesn't belong here. One more deep breath. Feel your chest, your belly rise. And then exhale. Let's go ahead and open the eyes here. We'll take our hands down by our side. Inhale, we're going to shrug those shoulders all the way up to our ears. And then I want you to let out a big sigh right there and just let it go. So let's do that a couple times. Really deep breath, shoulders all the way up. Exhale, just let it go. 2 more times. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, let it go. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale, let it go. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take our hands together and start with sort of a shoulder and chest opener. So hands are together like this. Inhale, we're gonna lift up, maybe we arch our back slightly. As we exhale, we're gonna open them up to goalpost arms, or sort of like goddess pose. So we're gonna add a little bit of an arch in the back. Just gonna show you from the side. Arch in the back here, and then as we exhale, we're gonna round the spine, take those palms together, and sort of make a little ball. Bending our knees. And we're gonna repeat this movement. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale, we pull the elbows down. We add that little arch, we squeeze those shoulder blades together, and then we come back into this ball. So repeating here, inhale, we lift up, we open, we squeeze those shoulder blades together, and then exhale. So taking your time with this, maybe moving a little bit slower, maybe moving a little bit faster. We're going to add that little pulse and squeeze right there between the shoulder blades before rounding into your ball, okay? And you can get as low as you want here. So maybe you really exaggerate this movement. Inhale and exhale. Maybe you fall forward completely. So however your body's feeling this morning. Remember that we're not always feeling the same way. We're not always feeling 100%, and that is totally okay. So let's just do this a couple more times. Inhale, exhale. Sort of like a standing cat-cow, right? Pull it forward as we exhale. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, exhale. Find that ball. And then we're going to roll up really slowly here to the top. Just release those arms, roll it up slowly. Head comes up last. Okay, we're gonna keep our feet together. So let's bring this a little bit closer here. We're gonna come into a side stretch. So we're gonna reach those arms up on our next inhale. Our fingers are going to interlace at the top. So you're gonna keep your thumb and pointer finger extended. We're gonna push into the floor and reach over to the right side. So hold this right here. You should feel a long stretch along the side of the body. Big, big stretch. I want you to think of pushing into your left foot to find a little more length in this stretch. So let's go ahead and start to turn on our core muscles just a little bit so we're not completely arched in that low back. Think of sort of tucking your hips under, keep reaching. Remember, modification, you can bend your elbows. That's a little too much for your shoulders. Let's try to take one more breath. We're gonna pull those abs in nice and tall as we inhale to the top. Exhale, let's let go of the arms for just a moment before we move to the other side, okay? So just a little shoulder roll. So making sure to tuck those hips under as we stretch to the other side. Inhale, reach up. Interlace your fingers. Exhale to the left. So we hang out here for a couple of breaths. You almost want to imagine someone sort of pushing into your hips here and you're reaching over. Let's continue to keep that chest and shoulder open so that we're not falling forward. Push into your right foot. A little bit more. Can you find a little more length here? One more breath. Inhale back to the top. Take the head up and then exhale. Let go of those arms. Great. We're gonna now interlace our fingers behind us, just like this. Or maybe you're reaching a strap. Or maybe just squeezing your shoulder blades together. If you're interlacing, try to have your palms touch one another. Once you squeeze those shoulder blades together, we're gonna take a couple of breaths right here. So if it feels comfortable, maybe you take your head up just a little bit. Maybe you tuck your chin to lengthen the neck. So wherever you're at, hold it for a couple of breaths. Big inhale and exhale. So sort of imagine my hands are on your shoulders and pulling them together. One more breath here. And then go ahead and release and shake it out. Okay, so we're gonna come to the top of our mat. We're gonna slowly make our way all the way down. We're gonna start on one edge of the mat. Doesn't matter which one. We're gonna start with our chin. Slowly tuck the chin. Start to roll the shoulders forward. Want your arms to be really heavy here, like a rag doll. Slowly start to bend at your waist. Start to bend at your hips. Relax your head completely. Then slowly start to bend your knees. And then eventually your hands reach the floor. And once they do, you're gonna walk out to a strong plank position. And maybe you gotta kneel down to the floor. Again, doing whatever you need to. Whatever feels right for your body. And let's hold this plank position. So if you're feeling kind of tired today, and maybe you just need a little extra support, you can have your knees on the floor here. We're still holding that plank. If you're ready for that challenge, go ahead and lift your knees off the floor, tuck those hips under, and let's hold. So a couple more breaths. We want our neck to be long. Pushing the shoulder blades away. Pull up through your knees, press through your heels, and breathe. Pull those abs in. I feel my body shaking already. Take an inhale here. Exhale, those knees lower, and then our chest lowers all the way down to the floor without moving our back too much. We untuck those toes, we inhale, lift. We exhale, lower. Retuck those toes. Big inhale, and exhale, we find a downward facing dog. For the first time, maybe the first time this morning, go ahead and pedal out your heels. Really think about pressing your chest towards your thighs. Hold that down dog for just a moment. I'm just gonna check in with everybody. So down dog, or maybe a child's pose, right? Big deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Think about relaxing your head completely here. Nod your head yes. We get a long weekend, shake your head no, but I have to get through this workout first. So we will sweat a little bit today, but we'll also stretch. Hold this for one more breath. And then inhale, you're gonna lift up to the balls of your feet. So lift your heels up a little bit higher off the mat, keeping your down dog position. Exhale, you're just gonna sink your heels down. Even if your knees are slightly bent. Let's do it again. Inhale, lift up, balls of the feet. Exhale, sink your heels down. We'll stretch 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. And one more time, inhale. And exhale. We're gonna bend our knees on that next breath. Exhale, we're gonna walk our feet up to our hands. We're gonna find a forward fold position. So you're completely folded over, those knees are bent, your head is completely relaxed. Taking your arms out to the side, we're gonna press our feet into the floor. Big deep breath, inhale, palms come together at the top. Exhale, we're gonna lower them down. Okay, so we're gonna get warm right away, do some work, do some balance, and then a nice stretch at the end. So lift up, inhale, maybe you arch back a little bit there. Exhale, you're just gonna float it down. So imagine you're falling forward with your chest. Inhale, we lift up halfway. Remember this flat back we do in almost every single class. Balancing your glass of water or coffee on your back. Pulling those shoulder blades together. I want you to straighten your legs as best as you can here. And then exhale, we lower it down. Let's step back to our downward facing dog. We're gonna hold this right here. So we're gonna go ahead and bring our feet together. And as we inhale, you're gonna lift up your right leg. Just sweep it off the floor, lift it up. Doesn't matter how high it gets. As you exhale, I want you to bend your knee and place that foot right in between your hands. You're gonna lower it down onto your back knee, okay? So notice how I had to sort of help my leg there, just because my hips are super tight. So do what you need to. We're gonna lift our chest up, pulling everything into the center of the body so we stay balanced. Inhale, we reach our arms up, palms come together as we exhale. So we're in a low lunge, stretching out that left hip. We're gonna hold it right here. So we're not gonna stay here for too long, but you do have the option of folding that mat under to give your knee a little extra support, which I like to do sometimes. So let's make sure we're tucking those hips under and really getting that stretch in that left hip flexor. Shoulders down. We start from the ground up. We'll come back to this and make it a little more challenging. Inhale, let's reach your arms up. Exhale, those hands come down. So just lowering your chest to your thigh, holding this for a couple of breaths. Making sure that we get a nice stretch in the hips. We're gonna go ahead and take our hands on the inside of our foot. So both hands come inside. We're just gonna sort of rock side to side. Maybe make circles with those hips. So now a lot of us hold tension in our hips. It's important to get the nice and stretched and open. Now place your hands on either side of that foot. We're gonna retuck that back leg, come right back up and step to our down dog. So go ahead and step it on back. Okay, nice and slow, or if you want that challenge, maybe you're moving a little faster. Inhale, come forward to your plank. Exhale, those knees lower, and then our chest. Remember, our hips do not go up when we lower. We're nice and straight, all the way down. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Take that at whatever speed you like. Hold this here. Couple more breaths. Option is lowering to your knees, so this is modified. Again, listen to your body. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, walk. Maybe you're ready to jump to the top of your mat. You always come back to this forward fold. Inhale, those arms come out, pressing into the floor. Palms come together. Exhale. Okay, bring to the other side. You can stay right where you're at. I'm just going to shift so you can see my hip open on this side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, float it down. Inhale, halfway up. Remember, flat back first. This should be the flattest back ever. And then exhale, lower. Let's step it back to find our downward facing dog. Hold this here. Big deep breath. So we did that right leg. Now we're going to do the left leg. So we're going to bring those feet together. Inhale, your left leg lifts up. Again, don't worry how high you get it. Keep your hip bones facing the floor though. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend that knee. Place your foot in between your hands, right? Lower your back knee onto the floor. Find your balance by bracing your center. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, palms come together. And we lower. Perfect. So we're pulling everything into the center of the body so that we don't fall or move from side to side. So really strong here. Shoulders down so we can breathe. Take a couple more breaths. Tucking those hips under and getting a big stretch for now the right hip flexor. A couple more. Deep breaths. So important to open up those hips. Inhale up. Exhale, take your hands down. So we stay here for a couple of breaths. If you have blocks, you can't quite reach the floor like me, you can use them here. We're gonna go ahead and take our hands on the inside of that foot, make circles, move side to side. Just sort of opening up that hip joint and moving it around a little bit. So it's not so stiff. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and tuck that back toe, come right back to downward facing dog. I'm gonna show you a more challenging version for lowering down to the floor, if you would like to follow. If you've never done this before, then stick to the first one that we did. Okay, so inhale, you come forward. If you wanna try the extra challenge, it's a lot for upper body and back, so just be careful. But exhale, we lower without lowering our knees. So our whole body goes down. And then inhale, we move up into an upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. So hold that there. Remember, just an option. So we stretch out those hips. Let's take a few more breaths. I'm just taking a breather here down to my knees. And inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, walk or jump, top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, reach those arms up. Maybe feel good to lean back here. Exhale, let's lower. Okay, is everyone warm? Thumbs up, we're feeling okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and start. And we're gonna go into a couple of basic warrior poses, similar to what we did last week. So make sure you have some room for balance. So inhale, lift up. Exhale, we lower. Inhale, halfway flat back. We'll move through it a little bit faster, but you can still slow it down if you like. Exhale, lower. Stepping back to downward facing dog. So similar movement here. Press your chest towards your thighs. So we're gonna inhale, lift that right leg. Maybe get a little bit higher this time. Exhale, bend that knee and place your foot in between your hands. So instead of lowering to our knee, we're gonna rotate that left foot and press the heel into the floor. We're gonna find a warrior one. So you're gonna reach those arms up as you inhale and exhale. you're gonna hold. So warrior one is sort of a medium step back. This left leg is nice and straight, right knee is slightly bent. Hold this right here. So we wanna make sure that our hips are facing forward and not opening up to the side. Tuck those hips under. We'll take one more breath. Inhale, we're gonna straighten that leg. Exhale, those arms are gonna come down. So our left comes out behind us, right comes in front. We're gonna get ready for a triangle pose. Inhale, reach forward, shifting your hips to the left. And as we exhale, we're gonna start to lower the arms and lift up our left arm. Take an inhale here. Exhale, you wanna go a little bit lower. So we're making a nice triangle with our legs. We're trying to open up through the chest and shoulders. So you wanna stack that wrist right on top of your shoulder. And with every exhale, we'll stay a couple more breaths. Maybe you get a little bit lower, reaching for your ankle, okay? Modification, you can just come up a little bit higher and hang out right here. So once you imagine you're falling into a wall behind you and really try to open up through that shoulder while pressing your hips to the left, okay? Now maybe take your hand away from your foot and challenge your core to hold you here, okay? Take your gaze to your hand wherever you're at. You can have a slight bend in that front leg. Let's hold it for one more breath. Remember to keep twisting. Push into your back foot. Inhale. Exhale. Bigger step back. Open up through that left hip. And we're going to find a warrior two. So that front leg is bent. Back leg is really straight. And you've taken a bigger step back. We're looking over that right middle finger. Shoulders up as we inhale, just like our warm-up. Exhale, draw them down. Let's do that again with just the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Draw them down. Good. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Hold right here. Tuck your hips. Take your gaze over that right middle finger. Hold it for one more breath. Guys, look good. Inhale, we're going to flip that palm, right arm. Exhale, we're going to take that back to reverse our warrior. So very similar to that standing side stretch that we did. One more breath here. Big, big stretch. Inhale, let's cartwheel those hands down. We're going to take that heel off the floor. So we were here earlier. We had lowered our knee to the floor. We're going to do that one more time. So lower that back knee. Keep your toe tucked. I want you to press your left hand into the floor and exhale up that right arm for a twist. Maybe hand comes to hip. So you're twisting towards your knee. The front leg, twist towards it. Hold it for one more breath. And then inhale, come on back. Exhale, lift that knee off the floor and step back to downward facing dog. We go through this floor sequence again, so whatever version you'd like. Inhale forward, exhale knees and chest, or that full version. And maybe you do it with one leg lifted, exhale lower, inhale lift up, and then exhale. So if you did single leg, you could do it one more time, and extend that other leg up. A little extra push up in there. Inhale, bend your knees, exhale, walk. Or jump to the top of your mat. Find your forward fold. Inhale, reach your arms up. Palms come together and exhale. Okay, so same thing on the other side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, float it down. Maybe this a little bigger each time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we lower. We step back to downward facing dog. Hold this right here. So remember, we get into our poses from the floor. So it's a little more challenging this week. Okay, so bring those feet together. Okay, this time our left leg lifts up as we inhale. Maybe you get a little bit higher. Exhale, bend that knee. Place it right in between those hands. Okay, and we go right into warrior one. So you can take a step forward, press your heel into the floor, find your balance. Once you're there, reach your arms up. Notice my stance here. Okay, so it's not a very wide stance. When we come into that warrior two, we'll open it up a little bit more. So hold, tuck those hips under, brace your core. Imagine you're wearing a tight belt or a tight pair of pants here. Front leg is bent, back leg is straight. One more breath, and then triangle pose. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, let the arms go. So triangle on the other side. Inhale, reach forward. So you're sort of hiking your hips to the right this time. And then exhale, we start to crunch. Remember, it's sort of like a side crunch. That bottom arm comes down, that right arm reaches up. We're gonna hold for a couple of breaths. So take your time here, okay? Inhale and exhale. Maybe you go down a little bit lower. Inhale, exhale. Maybe you open up through that top arm a little bit more. Or maybe you just open up through your shoulder. So I'm gonna be a little modified on this side. My shoulder's really tight on this side. Maybe you take your gaze up to your hand or up to your shoulder. Can you stack your hand on top of your shoulder? So hold that triangle. I just want to see it. Imagine you're falling back into a wall. Good, guys. Hold it. Now, can you take your bottom hand away from your foot? We tend to push into it to sort of help, right? So can you take it away and just use your core? You got this. You guys look good. Hold it. Remember, you can always get out of it and then get right back into it. But we're just going to hold it for one more breath. Everyone looks really good. Now use your core muscles to pull yourself up slowly. Push into that back foot. Inhale, exhale. Now we open up to that wider. Warrior two. My FOHO members will remember that I used to have you guys do that triangle up against the wall. Remember that? Bill's like, oh yeah. Maybe we'll try that next week if you guys can find a space. It just helps you to open up into that pose a little more because you have a wall behind you. You know you're not gonna fall. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, bring them down. Let's try that 2 more times. So just the shoulders, okay? Shoulders up, inhale, exhale. Try one more, inhale, exhale. Just so we know how that feels. Really, really strong arms. Can you straighten your back leg a little bit more and get a little bit lower? Tuck those hips under. One more breath. Inhale, flip that left palm. Exhale, and take it back. We reverse our warrior. If your legs are shaking, you're doing the right thing. We're working on strength right now, so heart rate should be up. You should feel those muscles working. Keep breathing, one more breath. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, we cartwheel those hands, making sure that back heel lifts off the floor, okay? So we don't keep it pressed into the floor. We come down, we lower back to that knee, but let's keep our toe tucked. I'm gonna use my blocks here. So we're gonna add this twist if you can. So that right hand presses into the floor. And exhale, we twist over to the left. You twist towards your front leg, so whichever one that is. Hold it for 2 more breaths, maybe just a hand on the hip, but still encouraging that shoulder and chest to twist and open, and come back to the center. And inhale, we're gonna lift up and press back to downward facing dog. So let's use blocks here because my hamstrings are really tight, so they lift me up a little bit higher. In this pose, inhale forward, come to plank, or you can just find a child's pose, right? Exhale, lower knees and chest, or a full chaturanga. Inhale, lift. Exhale, retuck. Downward facing dog, hold it here. We are so warm. We're gonna try some balance. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, walk or jump to the top of your mat. Or fold, hold it right there. Inhale, reach those arms up. Big deep breath, palms come together, and exhale. Okay, so now we try that third warrior position, our balance. So if you do have a foam roller, they might be helpful if you want to try to use that for your balance, or maybe a wall. I'm in a different spot today, so I don't really have a wall. maybe a bookshelf, but we're gonna be doing this pose here, okay? So balancing on one leg. So if you have something next to you, go ahead and use it, and then maybe the challenge is taking your hands away from it. So we're gonna get into it, just like we did the other ones. So top of your mat, inhale, lift up, exhale, let it go. Just let it go. Lift as you come up, halfway, exhale, lower. Let's find that downward facing dog. Step it back. You can always adjust yourself once we come up. Bring those feet together. Inhale, that right leg lifts up. Point your toe, lift a little higher. Get that leg nice and straight, and then exhale, bend the knee. Place it in between your hands. Now we're becoming a pro at this, hopefully, right? Okay, so this is a little different. We're gonna stay right here. We're gonna try and go into a high lunge. If you need to lower to your knee, you can lower it anytime. So lift your chest. You can bend your knee a little bit here. We're in a really big lunge. Inhale, reach your arms up. Palms come together, exhale. Hold this here first. So it's just like this one we did earlier, okay? But now we're building up layers and making this a little more challenging. Can you straighten your back leg? Okay. My hip is really tight. I'm gonna stay right here. But if you're up for that challenge, take a bigger step back. Shoulders down, one more breath. Okay, inhale, reach up. Here comes that balance. Exhale. I want you to think of your back leg as sort of a spring, okay? So we bend it and then we straighten, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and start to lift up and start to balance on that right leg, okay? What we don't want to do is fall forward. So think of lifting up rather than reaching for the floor. So that's why I mentioned maybe a foam roller that's tall, or a bookshelf or a wall, okay? So that left leg is super straight. I want you to extend it and straighten it out a little bit more. Can you get that leg a little straighter? Can you take your hands to prayer and bring them to your chest? Hold that there. If you need to come out of it and take a stretch, do so and then get right back into it. Let's see your balance poses. And if you guys are super advanced, maybe you want to open up to that half moon. We'll come to it again. Ooh, nice job, guys. Nice balance, Megan. Looking good. Everyone looks good. Hold it for one more breath. Imagine you're pushing your foot into a wall. Get it really, really straight. And then exhale. We're just going to bring our foot to meet our other foot. We're going to bend our knees and just bicycle it out. Excellent job. Shake it out. Woo. So remember the flat back that we always came to? That's why that pose is so important, because that's how you want to look when you're doing this balance pose and using your core. So let's try the other side, okay? So we're gonna inhale, lift up. I'm just gonna move this way so you can see my side. And exhale, you come down, flat back. Remember this flat back, exhale, lower. Let's step back to down dog. Remember we come into it through down dog. We're gonna find a high lunge and then our balance. So let's bring those feet together. This time our left leg sweeps off the floor. Point your toe, lift it up as high as you can. Pull those abs in. Exhale, bend that knee. Using your core, bring that knee to the top of your mat. Stay right here. I'm gonna use my blocks. Okay. So remember, this is our lunge. Once you've gotten your balance, lift your chest, lift your arms. Inhale, palms together. Exhale. Perfect. So you'll probably notice if you're looking at my screen, I look very different on this side. This hip is a lot looser. I can actually extend and straighten out that back leg, and I can get a little lower, right? So it's all about listening to your body. You do want to find something that challenges you though. So try to find that space in between comfortable and a little too hard. You want to be a little uncomfortable. So let's find that inhale and exhale. So we're going to use sort of that back leg as sort of a kickstand. So you're going to push off of it and find that balance. Your standing leg is always slightly bent, okay? So here I have a bookshelf. I'm gonna use it. So I want you to press through your back leg. Can you get it as straight as mine? Pull up through the knee and press through your heel. And then maybe those hands come to prayer. Hold it there. Just want to see it. Hold it. Woo. Hold it for a few more breaths. You guys got this. Remember, we're going to get one more chance to do it on each side, okay? Hold it. Nice. Remember, it does not matter how high your leg is. I just want you to try it. Try to balance in whatever way you can here. Maybe your foot's really low. One more breath. And then go ahead and bring that foot to meet the other foot. Whew. Nice job. Shake it out. Okay, one more time, just so we get one more time to practice on each side. And remember that if this pose is not working for you, you can just hold a balance like this, or maybe you can try tree pose for an alternative, okay? So inhale, reach up. Exhale, this is as long as we're all balancing, practicing balancing. Halfway lift, and lower. Step back, downward facing dog. So we're back to the other side one more time through. Okay, down dog, feet together. Inhale, we lift our right leg up as high as you can. It's gonna be your last time on the side. Bend that knee, place it in between your hands. Let's come right up into that lunge. Try to make a little more flow, right? Hold it here as you exhale. Arms stay lifted, core stays tucked under. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, lift off. Maybe you do it in one push and find your balance. Hold it. It also helps to focus on one thing in front of you. Hold it. Make sure it's something in front of you and not on the floor, or else you might fall forward, right? Looking good, guys. If you want to try that half moon, you're just going to stack those hips and open up towards me or towards your camera. Stack your hips, maybe point your toe. Take that left arm on top, right arm down, and open up to the side. So just an extra option there. Maybe you're practicing your tree pose, wherever you're at. One more breath. You guys are both good. And then slowly bring that foot to meet your other foot. Bend your knees. Awesome. Shake it out. We just go right to the other side. Inhale, we lift up, keeping that heart rate up before we bring it down. Exhale, float it. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, down dog. Or maybe you just get right into your lunge, whatever you'd like. Inhale. This time, that left leg lifts up as high as you can. Pull those abs in. Exhale, bend that knee. Place it in between those hands. Find your lunge, lift up, inhale, and then we're going a little faster. That's the challenge today. And hold it. Try one more breath. We're going to use that back leg to lift off and into our pose. Inhale forward, exhale, push off that back leg. Try to get right into it. Regardless of how high your leg is. Hold your pose wherever you're at. Maybe you're pressing your foot into the wall. Can you get your leg a little straighter? Maybe you stack your hips and open up to a half moon, a lot harder. That left arm comes to the floor, right arm lifts as you stack and open up if you want that challenge. Hold it for a few more breaths. Let's see it. Or maybe you've tried tree pose this time. Ooh, yeah, looking good. Hold it up. Couple more breaths. Nice, Anna, looking good. One more breath. And slowly bring that foot down. Woo, to meet the other one. Bicycle those legs out. You guys were awesome. Let's do that floor sequence one more time through, okay? Just to get ourselves to the floor. Inhale and exhale. Let's step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale forward to our plank. You choose your version here. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, down dog. Everyone lowers to their knees. We're gonna bring them nice and wide. Flatten our feet. Press our hips into our heels. And find a child's pose. You're gonna take your forehead to the mat. And stay here for a couple of breaths. So remember this class, we go for 50 minutes, 50. So we have another 10 minutes that we're just going to stretch, okay? But of course, if you have to go, just make sure you add a little extra stretch. And tell me that you were here, type it in the chat box. You guys are great today. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely sweating. Let's walk our hands over to the right diagonal. Trying to bring our nose to our knee, holding that there. Getting a nice long stretch. And then inhale, we walk back to the center. Exhale over to the other diagonal. Relaxing the head. And then come right back up to the center, and let's roll up. So let's come to a tabletop position. We're gonna find a cat-cow, okay? So nice and easy here, and again, you could do this on your forearms, or maybe fold your mat to give your knees a little extra support. So as we inhale, we lift up through the chest so we can get that breath to our lungs, our belly drops, and exhale, our chin comes to our chest, and we round the spine. And we're gonna go through this a couple more times. Inhale and exhale. And please feel free to make this your own, because we're at the end, we're just stretching. So if you wanna make little C curves or make circles here, do whatever you like. Cycle through that a few more times and just catch your breath back. You're welcome. A couple more. And then once you're done, come back to just a neutral spine. Oh, it's a little too dark. Okay, so I want to do a pigeon pose with you guys. So pigeon pose can be hard on your knees and your hips. I'll show you what it looks like. It's not for everybody, so I do want to show you an alternative, but this is what we're going to be doing. So instead, if you don't want to try it, or if you know that it does hurt you and your knees, you can do this figure four stretch, right, on your back. So do whatever you like. We're going to start with that left knee forward. I'm going to do the pigeon. Okay, so we can start in a down dog and just bring that left knee forward. Back leg stays extended. You want to untuck that foot. And we're going to stay right here. So sometimes I like to use a block or a pillow and place it under that hip. So my hip tends to stay lifted. And then when you're ready, you're taking inhale. And then exhale, lower to your forearms. Maybe lower to your pillow or your block. Right, hang out here. So you should feel a stretch in your hip and your glutes and sort of the side part of your hips. So again, a figure four stretch on your back is pretty much the same stretch, just a different position. Take one more breath. And then slowly press up. You can remove your block or your pillow. You want to be careful getting up. You want to tuck that back toe. Use your upper body and your core to lift yourself up and then slide that leg back. So I just do a down dog to get into it. And then I'm going to take my right leg forward, okay? The other side. Pillow or block under your hip if it's lifted. Inhale up, exhale, lower down your forearms, and hold this here. Or maybe you're on your back in that figure four stretch. And then slowly lift up to your hands. Remember to get out of this slowly and carefully. Lift up and back, and then lower it down. Okay, so we're gonna grab our foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller, you can make one with pillows. You can just line up pillows or blocks, maybe 2 or 3. You want it to be the length of this roller here. So again, 3 pillows, 2 pillows. We're gonna go ahead and come down on our foam roller. So you wanna take a seat at the bottom here. You wanna lay all the way down, nice and slow. Making sure that your head is completely supported. So if you're using pillows, make sure that your head is definitely on the pillow. We're gonna keep those knees bent. We're gonna go ahead and open those arms out to the side, making the letter T with our palms facing the ceiling, and start to allow gravity to do its thing here. Pressing down on our arms and shoulders and allowing them to open up a little bit more than if we were just flat on our mat. Take a couple breaths here. If you're not feeling that shoulder stretch, feel free to move your arms up a little higher. Maybe make the letter Y. Take those arms overhead. Try to get the back of your palms to touch the floor behind you. And if you like a really big stretch, full stretch, maybe you find a starfish, okay? So you extend your legs out or you make the letter X, right? So now your arms, your legs, everything's extended. You're getting a huge stretch along the entire front side of the body, which we generally have hunched over all day at our desk. So this might be a little bit uncomfortable. Let's try to hang out here for a couple of breaths. Feeling free to adjust yourself at any time it feels uncomfortable. If you're on a foam roller, it is also going to take a couple minutes for your muscles to relax and for your brain to send signals to those nerves to relax. So give it a few more breaths. And then we're going to slowly bend those knees back up. Start to slide our arms down towards the sides of our body. We're going to gently roll off our roller or off our pillows and just move them off to the side. So just really slow. I just sort of slide over to the side and move it. It's not like you guys just defined for the last 2 minutes of class your Shavasana, your relaxation pose, and however that looks for you. So that can be traditional style on your back with your legs out, arms in front of you, or by your side. Or maybe you like to stay on your roller. Maybe you're at a bridge. So I'm going to do a supported bridge. That feels good for me. And just close your eyes and relax. Just focus on your breath and find your mind start to wander. And then slowly start to move your head from side to side. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Go ahead and extend your legs straight out. In front of you, reach those arms all the way overhead. Take a deep breath here. And exhale it out. And then gently bend those knees. Bring them into your chest. Rock side to side, massaging your back. Find a quick happy baby here. So just open up those knees, reach for your feet, extend them up. Maybe rock a little bit again, side to side. And go ahead and release. Bring your feet back to the floor. We're going to gently roll to one side and start to press ourselves up to find a comfortable seated position. So whatever that is for you. And once we're there, we're going to place our hand on our chest and our belly, taking 3 deep breaths. Inhale, feel the chest and belly rise. Exhale, you can just sigh that out audibly. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. 1 more, inhale. And exhale. And then we'll open the eyes. One last breath together. We'll reach those arms up nice and tall. Palms come together. Exhale, we're going to take our hands to our chest. We'll bow for just a moment and thank ourselves for making the time today to do this practice and to do it with everyone else that came this morning. So we'll open our eyes and say namaste to one another. And I thank you all so much for joining me on this Friday morning before a holiday. So I hope you guys got a great workout, a great stretch, or just time to sort of relax. So thank you so much.